Hey folks, I was just doing some practicing today and some preparation for this week's transcription over on my Patreon. And I was doing some practicing on the tune that I'm going to be posting. And I was kind of diving into one of my tried and true ways of tackling a thing and really diving in on it. And the thing that I was working on was playing with the metronome at very slow tempos. And so I thought I would share a little bit about that with you on this video. So yeah, let's get into it. So why practice at slow tempos? I'm talking BPMs 40 to 55, 40 to 55. And this type of practicing, I would say, is most applicable on groove or dance-based music, Swedish folk music, old-time music, Irish music, anything that has a pulse or where the groove is, you're trying to make people dance, or the groove is kind of the fundamental part of what makes the music good. Bluegrass doesn't fall into this category. But sort of to speak to my own experience about why this has been an impactful and useful practice tool is that I'm a rusher, and pretty much everybody falls into the camp of being a rusher or you're a lagger. Rushing is probably more common. And I've been playing music a long time. I have the musical sensibility to play in time, which is that if I'm off, I can sense when I'm off and I can correct it. And I can usually do that on a pretty small time scale. Like I can notice it immediately and correct. And that's good. That's a good skill to have. But I kind of want to look into the microscopic world of timekeeping, because like I have the pretty easy ability of I can play on time every 4 beats or every 2 beats, whereas like I get off, I can sense that I'm off, and then I immediately jump back on. But I kind of want to get into the quantum realm of timekeeping, which is diving into every eighth note, looking at the space between every eighth note, because the eighth note is kind of like ground zero for time. It's always going in the background, and it's the canvas in which we are making our patterns, our syncopations, all of that. And so playing at slow tempos is going to help you become acutely aware of your tendencies and the ways in which you speed up or slow down on a microscopic level. And this is the area in which your groove is made. If it's not happening at this level, it's not happening at all. And practicing at the very, very slow tempos, you'll want to be able to groove at a very slow tempo. You don't need to be playing fast to groove. If you can groove at 45 BPM, you're killing it. Because if you're grooving at 45 BPM, you're hearing da 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 da. You're hearing like a constant stream of eighth notes in your head, or in the music, which is communicating exactly. You're hearing just constant timekeeping. So that's kind of what we're going to get into today. I've been working on the tune Three Forks of Cheat. It's an old time number. Don't know who it's by, but or where it comes from. But I'm going to use that to sort of show this concept. And I'll play it a few different times at different tempos. And you'll see that as we slow it down, you're going to start to see my tendency to jump the beat. That like my downbeats will start coming sooner than what's being prescribed by the metronome. And so I'm going to have to hold myself back a little bit and sit back more in the music. So stick around and let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to need is a metronome. And I have this one here on my computer. It's called Tempo Advance. It costs a couple dollars on the Apple App Store. I really like it. It's pretty powerful and it's pretty versatile. It has 2 levels that you can have going simultaneously. You have a main rhythm level and then a polyrhythmic level. And so in that way, it's really great if you're interested in polskas or any kind of Swedish folk music where there's asymmetrical rhythms happening. So you can program it to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, which is pretty cool. But we're just playing in 4/4 today. So I'm going to start it at 56 BPM, which is kind of on the fast side for this exercise. And if you watch, I'll be tapping my foot with the metronome. That's really important. But I'm just going to be like, what I'm going to be kind of thinking about and trying to do is have all of my 8th notes. Let's see where the tempo is. Da 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 da. I'm going to be kind of trying to feel that in the music, or just to hear music at this speed. Like the full picture of music, rhythm and all, groove. So here comes 3 forks of chi. And I think the important thing for this exercise is that you want to be playing music. This isn't, it's not a matter of like, can I do the thing? You want to be able to play the music as fully and expressively as you can at these slower tempos. That's the goal. Because if you can do it here, you can do it faster. So let's try going a little slower. 52. 4. So even when I stop playing, I'm still feeling I'm feeling it. I'm deeply, like I can't get away from it. We'll go slow. We're gonna go down to 48. Kind of started sinking into it more towards the end there. Let me try again. See, that second time I was much more locked in. And this was something that was really hard for me to do when I first started doing it. It was a really big challenge. And it feels a lot easier to me now. And I think a big part of that is because I have a much more solid I'm creating the groove internally. So like I hear the metronome, I hear where the click is, and my brain is immediately conjuring what the schema is for how it's supposed to sound. Like my brain just going da 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 da. And so there's not a lot of guesswork for me about where the notes are supposed to go. But it might feel that way for you. Let's try one more. We'll go down to 44. One more time. 3 and 4 and... So that's kind of the idea. Give it a try, see what you think about it. I think it'll prove pretty useful. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of an annoying way of practicing because I think it pretty baldly calls you out when you're speeding up or slowing down or just getting off. And if you haven't done this kind of work before, you're probably getting off a lot. And that's okay. But we can work on it. And yeah, so if this was helpful to you at all, feel free to give me a like and subscribe here on YouTube. I'm also available for lessons. You can send me an email at lillian@lilliansawyer.com, and we can figure out a time for us to work on some stuff like this. I also have my Patreon. It's $5 a month. I upload a new transcription every week. Bluegrass music, old time music, and but yeah, stick around for more fiddle content, and have a great week.